Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Bruin Steel here, and welcome back to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel, and I am once joined by Canadian Yorker. How's it going?
Really good today. How about yourself?
Good, awesome. I love this Monday Night Raw. This is the Monday Night Raw. We are talking about it, and this is the Monday Night Raw that took place February 26, 2024. Took place in San Jose, California, and the road to WrestleMania has officially begun. I can't wait for WrestleMania. I believe this is the Monday Night Raw after, Monday Night Raw after Elimination Chamber. So let's get started. So the opening segment starts with Dominic Mysterio getting booed, and as he introduces Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley says that she Rhea Ripley gets interrupted by Becky Lynch, and I'm like, man, I've been waiting for a Becky Lynch and Dominic Mysterio interaction. Rhea Ripley saying that she went into Australia successfully defended against Nia Jax, and she said that it was the most toughest challenge ever, defending the title. And basically Becky Lynch interrupts her, and basically she starts disrespecting Rhea, and then starts disrespecting Dom, and then she calls him a, I don't know, it was like a weird name. I don't know. She's just trash talking Dom, and basically Mommy said, Mommy's always on top, and that's pretty much the end of the segment until Nia Jax arrives and attacks Becky Lynch, and I guess Nia Jax isn't happy about losing to Rhea Ripley, so she decides to attack Becky Lynch. And that's just another thing. It's like, oh, I beat Becky Lynch, and she gets a shot at Rhea. I mean, you had your chance in Australia, and you blew it. You lost to Rhea too. So what are you mad about? But that's basically the end of the segment. We're finally going to see Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. I knew they were going to start off with a confrontation between Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. So, what are your thoughts on the opening segment? And Sharon, what are your thoughts on the Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley?
I really think that it's really great to see Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley. They're finally going to get that dream match. We're finally getting this dream matchup with Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch going at it. And it's going to be really good. It's going to be good. We're going to be looking forward to it. So I'm loving it. And it's great to see. Unfortunately for Nia Jax, her attacking Becky Lynch out of spite, just because Becky Lynch is the one that's going to WrestleMania, is making Nia really stout like she did like she did on Monday against Becky, and I just want to make the connection with Nia Jax attacking Becky Lynch. We know that both of them have a history, and Becky Lynch still cannot beat Nia Jax on her own. After what happened between them, I don't think that is actually settling the feud between them. And Nia Jax beat Becky Lynch clean, right? So Becky has to even the favor, right? Um, with Nia Jax looming in the background, this is going to be she is the shadow that looms over Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch has to step out of that shadow. Um, I would say that Nia Jax attacking Becky Lynch from behind, it's sort of, I just want to draw that connection to AJ Styles attacking LA Knight and Logan Paul, the horrible, Logan Paul uh, attacking Randy Orton from behind, right, and costing him that WrestleMania match. So it's just, I mean, it sucks. It just shows that Becky Lynch is a sore loser because her going after, I'm sorry, Nia Jax attacking
I was
Becky
about to
Lynch
say,
is just a
Jesus.
loser. So yes,
All right.
yes.
All right, and Dom Dom, you're gonna be a heel for a really long time. You're the most hated superstar ever. Don't even think about turning babyface. Even your hometown hates you. Um, but
I mean, the only way for Dominic to actually turn babyface is for him to turn on the Judgment Day. But
yeah,
right now,
turn on
that's
Judgment
not
Day,
going to
turn
happen.
on Judgment Day, and then return back to Rey Mysterio and make amends.
Yes, that would be the way. That would be that, but I don't see that happening in the near future because Dominic is still enjoying himself as being in the Judgment Day and being Dirty Dom and doing all that stuff. So right now, we don't see that happening.
All
So
right, moving on to the first match of the Raw. We got Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. You know, this is a feud that's been going on. As we saw, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Sami Zayn last time thanks to a Drew McIntyre interference. So we kind of knew that they both were going to get a rematch because Drew McIntyre interfered. Last time Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Sami, now they are facing off once again in a rematch. And I'm thinking, no, there's got to be no way Drew's probably going to get. I was like, Drew's probably going to interfere. Maybe I'm not sure. We have to see what happens. But oh my God, Shinsuke Nakamura was dominating. He was assaulting Sami in this match. You know, back to back. Hitting the Kinshasa to the back of the neck again. That's how he actually won last time. But Sami Zayn just couldn't stand down. Like it's like, oh my God, just stand down, Sami. Shinsuke Nakamura was just punishing Sami Zayn in this match, but the fight and Sami Zayn came alive, and Sami Zayn with the Blue Thunder driver, so close. That's when Shinsuke Nakamura hit the Kinshasa to the back again, but no, Sami Zayn kicks out, and then basically Shinsuke Nakamura gets stunned. Sami Zayn was able to hit the Hulumava kick twice on Shinsuke Nakamura to get the win, ending the streak. That's what I said, guys. Losing streak. Sami Zayn was on a 19 match losing streak, so 19 losses in a row. He finally got his first win. So Sami Zayn gets redemption. Sami Zayn hits two Huluva kicks to Shinsuke Nakamura, gets the win. Sami Zayn gets redemption and breaks the streak, defeating Shinsuke Nakamura by pinfall. What are your thoughts on this match?
it's great to see. While you were going over it, I mean, you're saying that Drew McIntyre interfered in the last match that he had with Shinsuke, and Shinsuke won. So what's been going through my head, it just popped in my head, is that we could see a potential fatal four-way in WrestleMania between Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, and Shinsuke Nakamura. All these men lost to Seth Rollins. I mean, that's not going to happen. We know that's not going to happen. But what if it does happen? Right? This fatal four-way match with four men at WrestleMania. Um, they're all deserving. Drew McIntyre obviously is the one that deserves it the most because he's the Elimination Chamber winner. Um, but you see these other two guys, possibly that could happen after WrestleMania if Seth Rollins retains his title. Um, but I don't know. It's just in my head. But it's good that Sami Zayn. But just moving on to Sami Zayn. It's good that Sami Zayn actually got his win against Shinsuke Nakamura with no interference. He did his job. He got his win. That's great. He's breaking his streak. He really has to keep it up. Um, but I think after he won, I think may I if you just want to mention this backstage after he won, they were talking, and then Gunther passed by and showed up and looked at him, right? So Gunther's looking for more opponents, and Sami Zayn is one of those potential opponents that he's he's eyeing, So I don't know. I'm just saying. So, but it's this is good for Sami
Yeah.
Zayn, but he has to keep up his momentum, keep it going. So
All right, moving forward to the next match. We got a promo with Chelsea Green. Um, I really, really find this bitch annoying as hell. Like, holy shit, she is annoying as hell and her voice is annoying. I just like, really? They had to fucking put a promo for Chelsea Green? I had to sit here and watch this bitch complain about what happened to her in the Battle Royal. Like, at that point, I'm like, I'm just gonna mute this fucker. So I basically just put subtitles on. I had the whole stream muted and I had subtitles on just because I don't want to hear this bitch complain about what happened to her. And basically, what I heard, she was talking shit about Raquel Rodriguez. And it's like, oh, I hope she fucking comes out and kicks the fuck out of her. Like, kick the shit out of her. And what you know, she gets interrupted, and Raquel Rodriguez is like, yeah, kick her ass. Come on, start this match. And then what you know? Chelsea Green had no chance. Raquel Rodriguez won this match under 2 minutes, and I'm like, yes. And then, oh yeah, by the way, I unmuted when the once the match started because I love hearing Chelsea Green scream for her life and stuff like that when she gets her butt kicked. So I got to hear her scream, so I loved it. Raquel Rodriguez beat Chelsea Green under 2 minutes. It was just complete domination. Like, oh my god, you are absolutely pathetic, Chelsea Green, and you were a tag team champion. Like. But Raquel Rodriguez was able to beat Chelsea Green with the one arm powerbomb. Like, Chelsea Green is pathetic. Like, you are absolutely like, get out of WWE. Raquel Rodriguez defeats Chelsea Green in a domination fashion. I love it, but with a one arm powerbomb. What the hell? Short match. Any thoughts on this?
I really think that the women's division is stacked. The women's division is pretty stacked. We gotta hand it to them. The women's division has some really good wrestlers. There's Raquel Rodriguez was a tag team champion. I believe maybe she was so she's she's really had some pretty amazing singles runs. She was in the Elimination Chamber, of course. Man, I mean, she obviously has the better resume over Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green, I mean, why in the world is she complaining? Why is she doing these things? Why is she complaining about Raquel Rodriguez? What did Raquel Rodriguez do to her? It just doesn't make sense. She obviously needs to be working more on her wrestling more than she does running her mouth.
And people think Chelsea Green is going to be a Money in the Bank briefcase winner. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea Green, work on your game more than you work on your mouth.
And right? What you know, she was a coward. Say with Pimper Nivens. Pimper Nivens lost the tag team titles. She's probably just butthurt, did not show up. She's right now living under a rock and probably crying after losing the tag team titles, leaving Chelsea Green by herself.
Well, Pimper Nivens was the one who did most of the work. Chelsea Green
didn't do shit. But moving on, like you said before, Gunther laughing at Sami Zayn. Gunther and Imperium having a segment. Gunther talking about how he wants to have who he's going to face at WrestleMania. He said maybe it could be Chad Gable, it could be Sami Zayn. And Gunther made a joke. I guess it was a joke saying that it might be R-Truth. Like, there's no way it's gonna be R-Truth. I'm sorry. That was probably just for a joke. But then Judgment Day interrupts Judgment Day music hits and interrupts Gunther and Imperium. It's like, oh my god, this is what I want to see. I don't think I've ever seen Gunther and the Judgment Day cross paths before. It's kind of like when Seth Rollins got interrupted by Gunther. I'm like, Gunther and Seth Rollins never crossed paths. They crossed paths before, but while back on NXT Takeaway, I believe. I'm not sure. But Judgment Day said they want all the gold, so they're eyeing Gunther's Intercontinental title. And I'm like, at this point, people are like, maybe Damien Priest wants to cash in on Gunther. and then Gunther's like, oh yeah, I will face you guys, but who would it is? And then Dominic Mysterio steps on. It's like, hell no, it can't. What if we had Dominic Mysterio versus Gunther? It's like, Gunther's gonna destroy Dominic. That's not gonna happen. And it's like, is it going to be Finn Balor? Is it gonna be the big head, JD McDonough? And then Gunther shoved Dominic Mysterio, ending the segment. So. What are your thoughts on this segment? It's great to see interactions with two factions that we never seen have like interacted before.
Honestly, it's going to be Gunther. If Gunther faces Dominic, Dominic is losing. If Gunther is facing Finn, Finn is losing. If Gunther is facing JD, we know JD is losing. I don't see. I mean, if he's facing Damien, I don't think Damien would want to go after the Intercontinental Championship as much as Gunther has brought so much prestige back to the Intercontinental Championship. It just doesn't have the same draw as the World Heavyweight Championship, the WWE Heavyweight Championship. It just doesn't make. It wouldn't make sense for him to cash in on it. It makes more sense for him to go after Seth Rollins, go after Roman Reigns. He could very well do that. He could cash in and go after them, right? And that would make them so much more amazing. I don't think that Dominic would be a good fit for Gunther, and neither would Finn or JD. I don't think they would be a good fit. It makes more sense if it's Jey Uso again, if it's Kofi Kingston. Kofi. It makes more sense if it's the New Day versus Imperium, and Kofi Kingston or Xavier going after Gunther to get the Intercontinental Championship. I like that. I like DIY, of course. They are still rivals. It just makes more sense for them. Of course, Chad Gable. You haven't seen Chad Gable versus Gunther in so long, and you know that they have history. It would be really amazing to see Chad Gable versus Gunther. Sami Zayn. I don't know. It just seems like it's too soon with Sami because Sami hasn't faced Gunther before. So I'm still sticking with Chad Gable to win the Intercontinental Championship. I'm still sticking with that angle because I like that angle. So
all right, moving on to the next match, we got Imperium versus New Day in a street fight. So this is it, the last rivalry. This will end all the rivalries that Imperium had with New Day. The disqualifications and the countouts. This is the match that will end everything. After this, there is no more matches. This was a great street fight. It was brutal. It was great. New Day with the San Jose Sharks jerseys coming out, and then Imperium coming out and attacking them. It went back and forth. At one point, Imperium had this match won. They were taking control most of this match at the beginning until the tables came in, and basically Vinci went through a table. Well, it was, I believe, Kofi was holding Vinci down on the table, and then Xavier, the limit breaker for the table. Basically, it went back and forth. It seems like Imperium had the edge. Steel chairs were used in this match, and at the end, I believe, yes, Austin Creed went through a table. I think it was Austin Creed. No, it was Was it Austin Creek or was it Austin Creek or was it Kofi? I can't remember who went for a table. I think it was, yeah, I think it was Austin, and then Kofi was able to smash him through a chair and was able to hit a floating press. Imperium gets the win, ending the rivalry. Imperium defeats New Day. I was a little upset. I hate Imperium. I was expecting New Day to come out quick, with the win, but Imperium, I just hate them. Like, oh my god, but it is what it is. I would just say maybe the New Day got robbed, but people are like, oh, how did they get robbed? It was a no disqualification match, and the New Day just have so many tag team victories. You got to give it to Imperium because they barely win anything, but I guess so. But Imperium defeats New Day, and I guess this is the end of the rivalry. So Imperium defeats New Day in the street fight. What are your thoughts?
Imperium winning. They haven't really won in a while. So it makes sense for them to win against New Day. And it's a shocking upset, really. I believe it's a shocking upset because Imperium hasn't had a lot of victories lately, and the New Day have. So it's sad to see that this has happened. Perhaps we'll see a few more matches in the future, possibly. Even though this might be quote unquote the last match in this feud. But I think that the Imperium is moving on to newer heights, and they're improving. They're improving. So you could see them if Judgment Day wants then Gunther's Intercontinental Championship, then it makes sense for Imperium to have the tag team championships. So that makes sense. That's fair play. I can see that happening. So they can have all the gold.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next match. We got Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Obviously, Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler are pissed off that instead of them going to Australia facing the Kabuki Warriors, it had to be Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. So they requested a match, and it ended pretty quickly. It went back and forth. Shayna Baszler is just a dangerous woman. Zoe Stark is strong as well. And then Shayna Baszler was able to win by the submission. The Kirifuda clutch, whoever from Baszler on Indy Hartwell. That clutch is just dangerous. Shayna Baszler is dangerous. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell had no chance at all. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark gets the win by submission, defeating Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, and they want the Kabuki Warriors. And my prediction is that's probably going to happen at WrestleMania. I think it's going to be Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark versus the Kabuki Warriors at WrestleMania. So that's going to be a banger if that happens. What are your thoughts on this match?
I still think it's Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell because even though they lost in the Elimination Chamber, the Kabuki Warriors did beat them for the tag team titles, but they were a pretty good team. I mean, they were good. They beat Chelsea Green and Pimpin' Evans, and then they get beat by the Kabuki Warriors. But they would have won that match. They should have won that match, but it didn't happen for them. I believe that they had interference involved in that match, and that's why they lost. And I don't. It's just for Shayna Baszler and to win. I think that this is the Kabuki Warriors' time. This is the Kabuki Warriors' reign right now. I just don't see them winning against the Kabuki Warriors. They could, because they have a chip on their shoulder. However, I believe that the Kabuki Warriors will retain their titles, but they could lose it at WrestleMania because Shayna Baszler is a dangerous weapon, and I don't know, she's dangerous, and Zoe Stark is also. So we'll have to see how things turn out on this road to WrestleMania.
All right, moving on. We got Drew McIntyre, winner of the Elimination Chamber, making a segment, and he is just taunting CM Punk in this segment. Just a big ass troll job by Drew McIntyre. He said that he got hurt at the Elimination Chamber. Jeez, where did WrestleMania come from? Elimination Chamber, sorry. Elimination Chamber, Drew said that, his ear bungs popped and he was hurt or whatever. I guess it was a bunch of bullshit, I guess just to taunt CM Punk. And he's like, doctors said that there's a chance that he might skip WrestleMania. And then Drew says, what do you think I am, CM Punk? And then Basically, he sits down Indian style, just like CM Punk does. So it's kind of like a mic drop thing, and people are like booing him that Drew McIntyre is taunting CM Punk. Like Drew McIntyre does not like CM Punk. Seth Rollins doesn't like CM Punk either. So CM Punk obviously has a lot of haters. But then he wants to talk to Drew. He wants to talk to Seth Rollins, where Seth Rollins comes out and says, "Congratulations." This is the interesting part, is because Drew is like, "Oh, forget about the bloodline. Forget about what they're doing right now." But if you guys don't know, way before, it was Drew McIntyre worried about the bloodline. It was the other way around. So back in the day, it was people telling Drew McIntyre to forget about the bloodline, but now it's Drew McIntyre telling Seth Rollins to forget about the bloodline. They said that, oh, the bloodline could cost this match, Seth Rollins said, oh, Drew might be right, you might be right, but you have to take risks. What if his knee is not 100% ready, or his back is not 100% ready? And what if you can rip the bloodline apart once for and all? And basically says that the best man wins at WrestleMania, ending the segment. So, what are your thoughts on this segment with Drew McIntyre taunting CM Punk and Seth Rollins?
For CM Punk, I mean, CM Punk must be really just livid with just wanting to get his vengeance on Drew McIntyre. I mean, Drew McIntyre is going out of his way. I mean, first of all, this man is on a tear. Like I think I mentioned before in the previous videos, that Drew McIntyre has a reason to want to win, and that reason is to win against on the biggest stage, against crowds. And he lost his championship to Roman Reigns, and he's been in limbo since then. But now he's found the light, and he's realized that, well, going heel is great. And so far as a heel, he's been really amazing as a heel. He's taunting people. I think he enjoys being a heel more than he does being a face. And for him to talk to Seth Rollins and tell Seth Rollins that first of all, he should focus on his match with Drew McIntyre, because Drew McIntyre is a challenger, and the bloodline may and will probably get involved in his match, because they have been known to do it before in the past. They will get involved in this match, and they probably will cost him his chance to defend his title. And they probably will want to take his title from him, because that's who they are. They are. Also, like they know how to take advantage of opportunities when they see it. This is gonna be interesting. Seth Rollins is helping Cody Rhodes out, and Cody Rhodes let's just say that Cody Rhodes doesn't really need Seth Rollins' help necessarily, because he has he's got Jey Uso to help him. He's got Sami Zayn. He's got Kevin Owens. Randy Orton is hurt right now because of his match, so he can't really get help from Randy Orton. And LA Knight is busy with his feud with AJ Styles. So I mean, he could definitely get the help he needs. He could get the help from the OC. He has allies out there that can help him. Seth Rollins, wouldn't necessarily be there to help him. I know there's some people online that are saying Seth Rollins could actually betray Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. That could be a possibility, because we know that Seth Rollins wants to be in Cody's spot. Seth Rollins wants to be the one that dethrones Roman. So, I mean, that could be a possibility right there. Seth is just doing this because he doesn't like Cody Rhodes. Remember that Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins don't like each other. They used to don't like each other. So they're doing this because they mutually respect each other, as a partnership. So they're not friends, they're just partners. Good.
All right, so moving on to the next match, we got Liv Morgan going one on one with Nia Jax, and I'm like, oh boy, it might go well for Liv Morgan, or it might not end up well for Nia Jax. I don't know. But surprisingly, Liv Morgan did put up a fight. Nia Jax did get her a couple times in this match. You know, people think like, oh, Nia Jax is probably going to beat Liv Morgan. But it went back and forth. Liv Morgan actually did put up a fight. You know, fighting back. You know, she actually gave Nia Jax a run of her money. Nia Jax missing a misses with a Samoan drop. Obviously, I hurt my hole or something meme is once again. But it was a great match until Becky Lynch gets involved, attacks Nia Jax. Referee sees it and had no choice to call for the bell. So Nia Jax defeats Liv Morgan by disqualification because of the Becky Lynch interference. So that's basically what happened. So what are your thoughts on this match?
Liv Morgan actually fought Nia Jax. That's surprising. I mean, um, yeah, that is surprising. Why would Liv Morgan fight Nia Jax? But anyway, it just makes it interesting because I think Liv Morgan knows how to beat her opponents. She's pretty smart. Um, this just makes it more interesting with WrestleMania right around the corner. You have all these ladies that want a piece of Rhea Ripley. Um, so there's so many things, so many possibilities that could come out of that. With Rhea Ripley being the main focus of everything. Um, Nia Jax is strong. She's powerful. She's quick. But Liv Morgan is crafty and quick. And she's not strong like Nia, but she knows how to dismember people and take them down. So, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that she lost. It would be really nice to see her win against Nia Jax, but Nia Jax was just too much for her. Um, Becky Lynch getting involved. Becky has her reasons. Becky has a legitimate reason because she got attacked by Nia. So, you know, it's just going to cause more friction.
Yeah.
um, that's all I got to say.
All right. Moving on to the main event match, we got Cody Rhodes and Grayson Waller. I don't even know why this was a main event match. Grayson Waller just wants the match because basically at Elimination Chamber, Cody Rhodes disrespected him and stuff like that. This was not even close. Cody Rhodes went back and forth. It seemed like Grayson Waller did take advantage because then, oh yeah, he had Austin Theory on his side too, so it was kind of like a 2-on-1, teamwork. But Cody Rhodes was able to take out Austin Theory, and then was able to take out Grayson Waller with the Cody Cutter and then the Crossroads to win the match. And that's not all. It's like that was a short match, but would you know, Paul Heyman makes his entrance flanked by security. Basically, the security was three guys from the NYPD. God. And then basically, Paul Heyman, Cody Rhodes said that, oh, maybe Roman or The Rock's gonna show up and attack me. He goes and grab a steel chair, and then said that, oh, you wanna come at me? Come and get me right now. And then basically, Paul Heyman just wanted to say, oh, it was not right to challenge The Rock to a one-on-one match, and basically said that you have a chance to withdraw, like don't challenge The Rock or else. And then basically Paul Heyman took the NYPD officers to the ring, and basically that's just that. Cody Rhodes cleaned up the mess with a steel chair, attacking the three NYPD goon squads, and basically you see Paul Heyman calling The Rock and the Roman Reigns with two separate phones, and then that basically ends the segment. So what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I think Cody Grayson Waller is a plant. by Roman Reigns. Grayson Waller spoke to Roman Reigns before Elimination Chamber, and it just makes it interesting that Grayson Waller is the one who's upset with Cody for doing what he's doing, and then Grayson Waller challenges Cody, but he doesn't lose he loses to Cody, right? And now we don't know what is Grayson Waller doing with the Bloodline. What in the world is he? What is he planned? What is he planning with the Bloodline? It just doesn't make sense. He's just being an ally. He's doing what he has to do. And the other thing, Paul Heyman coming out and talking to Cody, it's something that Paul Heyman's doing. Paul Heyman's trying to get under Cody's skin. Paul Heyman is playing mind games with Cody. So yeah, I just have to see how things. We have to see how things go, and what Paul Heyman and Grayson Waller are doing, and it's interesting to see how things turn out. So.
All right, so that will do it for the Monday Night Raw. In terms of grading, I just feel like that was a weird segment with the NYPD. Like, what the hell? I was like, what the hell was going on? In terms of grading, I give this show a B minus. How about you?
I am gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a B because there were some things that didn't make sense. With in regards to Grayson Waller and Cody Rhodes, and then I agree with you with the whole police security guards trying to take out Cody. So they're gonna have to clean that up.
Alright, so that will do it for the Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys for watching. It's officially the road to WrestleMania, so I can't wait. So yeah, any last seconds you want to mention, Kenny? Nope,
Nothing else.
Alright, so that would do it, guys. My name is Bruin Steele. This is Canadian Yorker. If you haven't done so, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't checked out my friend Good Canadian Yorker's YouTube channel, his link will be in the description. We will be back for our Friday Night SmackDown broadcast, and we'll see you guys later.
All right, take care.